Hello and welcome back to Sarah's Country Cottage. I'm here in our little guest bedroom, the room we think of as the Bramley Hedge guest room, for this is the room where all things Bramley Hedge are. From teacups and saucers, to the little mice themselves under this lovely dome. So I'm actually here, knelt on the floor, in front of the bed. There's layers and layers on this bed, from a beautiful wool blanket with pom-poms to an old feathered eiderdown that's quilted. Beautiful lace edging and a lovely floral valance. But I thought I would share with you my love for little shoes, baby's shoes, baby's fur shoes, from these lovely satin slippers with little bunnies on. Now if those little jackets were blue, it would be Peter Rabbit. Look at the lovely tiny buttons and the lovely down. I got these many years ago and I can't remember where, but I do love them. These little shoes, I don't suspect are very old, but they've been handmade with some old wool, beautifully embroidered. And I actually got this little pair of shoes from Tracy at Tea Time Vintage in Settle. I did a film of her shop a few weeks ago. This old little box is what these slippers came in, and most of the time they reside in there to protect them. This little pair of yellow kid shoes, trimmed with a pale pink ribbon, I filled them with some crushed velvet to help keep their shape. I got these at a country bacant in Dorset, along with another pair that I filmed last week just briefly, the little blue ones that I'd filled with the crushed blue velvet, tied with a lovely pale blue ribbon. So they were both from the country bacant in Dorset, in the south of England. We've had so much heavy rain this week, so it's just so lovely to have the sunshine in this room. And I thought I'd just show you my little collection of shoes. I'm going to stop shortly though, because before the rains come again, for it is on the forecast, I just thought I'd show you the rest of the little bedroom. Starting here with breakfast time for the little bunnies. Here's Peter Rabbit chatting with little Timmy Mouse. Got little chicks chirping to the bunnies. I love all children's things. From children's little breakfast sets with bunnies by Emma Bridgewater to children's benches with chippy paint. Now as I kneel up, you'll probably hear the floorboards squeak as it is an old cottage. But you can see around the house, especially in the guest bedrooms, I even have clothes belonging to children, lots of which were from my daughter from when she was a little girl. You can see here the drawers that I painted a few weeks ago, and the picture with the frame that I painted as well. Not the picture itself, of course, I would love to be so talented, but I painted the frame so that it complemented the little chest of drawers. And in front are our two geese. So from our kitchen, now that spring is over, and now we're into summer, I brought upstairs this little tea set April by Roald Dalton. Again, it was from Tracy many years ago at Tea Time Vintage. In fact, probably, I think the little mice came from her, and certainly the little primrose came from her too. But with this little bedroom, it certainly lends itself to spring. So for the rest of the seasons, the tea set is up here. I do love this room with its chintzy wallpaper. It feels so cosy. Mum loves to sleep in here when she comes to stay. There's always so much to look at. Tiny little mice. Little enamelled bunnies. A picture of my sweet great-grandma. Baskets that I've embroidered. Pink cushions. Miniature slippers. I just made those by cutting out some little scraps of wool felt that I had. And then I just embroidered on some little forget-me-nots. I wish I was talented enough to knit dresses that are this small. They must have been knitted on needles. Very tiny sewing needles, not knitting needles. Because it really is ever so tiny. I love teeny tiny things. Mrs. Tittlemouse, Mrs. Tiggywinkle. I need to go and cut some flowers from the garden to fill this little jug and this little goblet. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you our lovely Cosy. Look, a nod to Jane Austen. We've been watching a lovely new series this week on the life of Jane Austen. Really was most informative. It was on the BBC, so we were watching it on the iPlayer. And it's just wonderful. It was sad, but wow, what a genius she was. I think that was part of the title, The Genius of Jane Austen. If you're able to watch it, find it and watch it. I can really highly recommend it. Robert loved it too. So last night we watched Persuasion. I think it was her final novel that or full novel that she finished. And it really is the most stirring of the books. It just stirs your heart. I always shed a tear at this one. So I can highly recommend that film. And it does have its happy ending, which always makes a difference. The sun's disappearing. I had best go outside before the rains start again. We had a lovely day on Friday. We met up with my parents and went to a new plant centre. I think it was called Paul Green. And they had the most amazing offers. I got like 8 perennials for £16, which is really most wonderful offer. And for us, with our new garden that we're curating, we've got so many areas that we want to fill with plants in the hope that it makes less room for weeds. So I best end this little video here, looking through the mirror. I'll catch you later.